Why are Queensland country towns such hot commercial property in the last 6 months? We're going to have a look at beautiful, magical Miriam Vale. There's the little train station that you can come in through. You've got Anzac Park here. There's actually quite a few rather enjoyable, well cared for parks through here. But from the commercial side, you've got a lot of activity. So you've got the lovely Miriam Vale Hotel. And I've got a photo here of one of the signs that they have. They call themselves a small town, but I would say this may be almost classed as a medium-sized town. It's grown a fair bit over the last 5 years. So you may ask yourself, what is the attraction to Miriam Vale? Miriam Vale is one of those towns that has a very good strategic advantage. You can see just down there is Gary Larson Park. There you go, Queenslander. And if you're not into rugby league, you may find yourself having to change codes up here. But that direction there is actually east, and you'll find the road network that goes that way goes to beautiful Agnes Water, which is very much a tourist place. And if you go the other way, sort of southwards, it goes to the hub of Bundaberg. Think Bundaberg brewed drinks, Bundaberg sugar, Bundaberg rum, and of course Bundaberg Commercial. So the strategic value for Miriam Vale is it's on a really good intersection, because the Bruce Highway is at the back of this complex. And the Bruce Highway is what feeds the backbone of coastal traffic. Miriam Vale has a very popular free park area, so there's a lot of caravan people coming through. And it's a good distance. It's about 2 hours south of Gladstone and 5 hours north of Brisbane. And as we continue our walk, you can see that there's been money spent in a lot of these businesses, which is another sign of the vibrancy of the economy in the area. So you've got the Foodworks food stall there, you've got a very nice bakery, and it just looks great, the typical country bakery. I'll just show you, I mean, look at how green this grass is. Yeah, I mean, when you picture Queensland country, you always think dry grass, but you know, here we are in the middle of summer. Yeah, she's pretty warm. She's probably high 20s, low 30s right now. But even though it's a small town, it's got a lot of good council support infrastructure. Shout out to Gladstone City Council, because they do a lot of good work with the towns that are in my portfolio. A couple of nice photos. Everything's just pretty. So the town's fully serviced. There's a Australia Post and a gift shop there as well. And what I'm here to focus on today is Miriam Vale Arcade, which is in the main frame of the picture now. 8 shops, 360 square metres, fully let. Most of the leases are 3x3. There's a bank, there's a couple of retail businesses, there's a really busy tacker box shop, there's a hairdresser in there, did I mention a bookkeeper already? If not, that's okay, always give a plug to them. And the owner who's bought this has actually done a lot of work. They recognise the value of an asset, so they've done re-roofing, done the electrics, with every shop now having its own meter, and they've done some work at the back with fencing and some new signage. Yep, here we go. Someone's just going to park right in the front. That's what you love about live videos. Alright, so I'll just go quickly through here. So bank on the left and the tucker box on the right. It's almost like a country song. It's a little bit dark in here for videos. Right inside, this is where the last shop is that's about to be leased. There's a shout out to the bookkeeping service that's been here. They've just expanded. You've got hairdressers. This shop here is being renovated by its current owner. Then you go right through, and there's a common area including facilities, which are mainly used for the tenants rather than people who use the shop. This area up here is also rented out. It's the cool room and storeroom area. And one of the things I love about this, it's on 1,000 square metres. So do your math. You've got 360 square metres and you've got 1,000 square metres, so you've got 700 square metres left. I see no reason why you can't expand out the back of this, council permission of course, and also you can expand upwards, which is definitely an option as well. The area can handle it. I mean, you saw through there, there's very little vacant tenancies, there's plenty of growth to go through. Currently they just use this area for tenancy car parking. And why am I walking down this footpath? Because this here is actually the Bruce Highway. Of course, there's not a car inside. Oh well, makes it easier to video. But this is the mainstream backbone highway that goes up north and goes down south. And if we have a bit of a look down this way, you'll find there's some service stations, and around the corner is a little bit more activity. And this way there's a couple of motels and a school. And you can probably just see way down there, right from where the truck's going, is the secret back door to get you back into Bundaberg and Agneston Water. So I'll go through and we'll spend a few minutes now having a look at the figures for this commercial property. Welcome back. Found myself a bit of a shady spot to continue our chat. Now, I'm here to answer the questions that you have. Now let's have a look. We've spoken about where Miriam Vale is. It's probably an hour south of Gladstone, hour and a half north of Bundaberg, 5 hours north of Brisbane. Why is it popular? It's a really good location for people who are stopping and travelling because it's got that three-way intersection. That's not going to change. That's been driving the town for the last 50 years, and it's going to drive the town for the next 50 years. So that's a big plus to work with. The whole region of Burnett, Bundaberg, Hervey Bay is growing well in property prices. And then you look at the intrinsic of the actual premises itself. So remember, it's 1,007 square metres, only 360 square metres are actually built on. It's fully let. The asking price is going to be determined. Actually, I still need to check one or two things. So you're just going to have to watch for that one to come through. And I'll show up now some key figures in regards to ROI and WALE. Outgoings is covered by all the tenants. The only one that's not covered is like $100 a month for electricity for the complex. There's a lawnmower guy who comes around once a month, and it's on sewage and septic, so you just got to clean out probably every 3 or 6 months as required. So this is why I think this listing for Miriam Vale Arcade is probably in the top 2 that I've had in the last year. It's multi-tenancy, commercial, fully let, good tenants. You get, like for argument's sake, get the bank there, and you've got the shops that have been there for a long time. You've got a new tenant coming in there. You've got another tenant in there. The book service is actually expanding, so there's plenty of health in the actual investment. And if you're into maintaining it, that's going to give you a good return on investment. If you're into developing your assets, I definitely would have a look at bumping it out the back and bumping it up the top.